These beautiful little lizards go by a couple of names. For example, the Mesopotamian spiny-tailed lizard or the Iraqi spiny-tailed lizard. They are the largest herbivore lizards in the Middle East, and they are desert dwellers, and they survive, as their name suggests, in Mesopotamia. There's 19 different species of spiny-tailed lizard from North Africa all the way to the Middle East. But that hyperhome that they live in, it's the same desert environments. These beautiful little lizards are our focus today, and they come from southwestern Iran and southeastern Iraq. They are amazing, resilient little lizards living in the harshest environment. Their bodies have evolved to deal with the heat, and they're able to retain water through the vegetation that they eat. They typically live in burrows and will defend themselves with their spiny tail as well. As you'll see a little later, they have a good bite as well. Fun fact, they are very good for the environment as well because of seed dispersal. When they eat the plant, the seeds normally comes out in their poop and they will transport the seed to a new location. In fact, studies have actually shown that these lizards are better at seed dispersal than even birds are. The average lifespan for these beautiful little lizards is about 30 years in the wild and up to 40 to 50 years in captivity. As I've said, unlike most reptiles, these little guys are herbivores, but it still doesn't stop them eating and munching down on ants, spiders or other insects during the summer to get their protein. Most reptiles, these little guys cannot generate sufficient body heat in the mornings, so they need to sunbathe to charge their batteries before they can go out and forage for food. Unlike other lizards, the spiny-tailed lizard does not have tail autonomy, so it cannot detach its tail when it comes in contact with a predator as a defense mechanism. When threatened, they will come out swinging that tail and also baring their teeth. Another use for the spiny-tailed lizard's spiny tail is that they use the tail to block the entrance of the burrow, block off predators, and also to keep heat in the burrow. Another evolutionary advantage that these little guys have is they have nasal glands that remove salt. So in the desert plants are full of salt, and when they eat them, what they'll do is they'll sneeze clear fluid, which later dries out as white powder containing salt. The lizards also brumate, which is a form of hibernation during the cold winter. As we said earlier on, that they cannot regulate their own body temperature, so they'll hibernate during the cold winter months. Like a lot of desert animals and reptiles, lizard will get whatever water it needs from the plants that it actually eats, so it doesn't need to drink water. Here's a really weird fact for you. The spiny-tailed lizards, when they're a hatchling, their first meal is actually the mother species. They'll gobble it right up before moving in search of actual food. They've said these guys look to live in burrows, usually underneath the bushes or shrubbery in the ground, but they'll also find shelter in rock crevices and shield the entrance with their spiny tail to ward off predators. These burrows also serve as hiding places from predators. Spiny-tailed lizards like to live in hilly regions with enough large rocks and abundant vegetation so they do not have to stray too far from their home to find food. Territorial, particularly to members of the same sex. Male lizards guard the territory from other males, and female spiny lizards do the same thing for females. These lizards are also diurnal, which means that they are most active during the day and they'll sleep at night. These little guys belong to a genus called Uromastus, and as I said at the start of this video, that there's 19 different variations of these lovely little lizards. According to the IUCN, some of them are at least concerned, some of them are near threatened, and some of them are vulnerable. A lot of the reasons why is they're either being captured for food or else for the pet trade. In my opinion, they just need to be left alone. Main difference between the male and the female spiny-tailed lizard is the size and the colour. As you can see throughout this video, there's one female and one male. The male is the larger one, even though the female is wanted to bite the male, but however. Well, if you did find this video interesting, you might like another one of Google or my recommendations, and that would be the king of all lizards, the Komodo dragon. Or another great video would be the water monitor lizard. Both of them should be on screen now. Well, thank you so much for watching. Hope you stay safe. See you in the next one, folks. Bye for now. Bye-bye.